Hi, everybody. It's Moonhorse. Here again for the third time because I've been trying to record this and everything I own apparently has decided, fuck you and your video, and it's just fighting me. So, I'm recording this not long after I just found out that the birds aren't real. Uh, so I figured let's keep the conspiracy train a rolling. Let's read some more. Let's go. Let's get into it. I decided to pull up the frequently asked questions. I have a lot of questions. I have a lot of questions that need to be asked frequently about the Flat Earth Society. This is their FAQ. I have many questions. I want some answers. I need you need to fucking tell me, what is it you know? Tell me all the things. What is the Flat Earth Society? The Flat Earth Society is a group actively promoting the Flat Earth movement worldwide. One might say they're a global initiative. Descending from Samuel Shenton's International Flat Earth Research Society and the Universal Zetetic Society before it, we continue the age-old tradition of questioning the round earth doctrine and challenging authorities. Damn authorities, like common sense and science. What do they know, man? Birds ain't real. Acknowledging the link between various unconventional beliefs, that's putting it one way. The society also occasionally engages in other unconventional debates, striving to provide a voice for all free thinkers and zeticists. Okay, if you think the world is flat, I mean, you're definitely free to think something. You can freely think a lot of things. Don't make you right. What evidence do you have? I want to know that too. What evidence do you have that the world is flat? The evidence for a flat Earth is derived from many different facets of science and philosophy. No, it's not. The simplest is by relying on one's own senses to discern the true nature of the world around us. The world looks flat. The bottom of clouds are flat. The movement of the sun. These are all examples of your senses telling you we do not live on a spherical, heliocentric world. I'm standing on my porch. I look out. I don't see no curve. I done looked out. I didn't see no curve. Yeah, I looked out my window. Didn't see no curve. Look, this mentality can be applied to anything. Just because you didn't see it, just because you personally did not see it, does not mean it invalidates everything everybody else says. Here's an example. I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to make a fucking example for you right now. I live right now in South Louisiana, north of New Orleans. You know, I've been around. I've been to New Orleans. I've been to Thibodeau. You guys know. You saw the videos, the pictures. I've been there. Oh yeah. I've been to a couple places. You know what I ain't seen? You know what I didn't see? They keep telling me they're real, but you know what I didn't see? Mountains. Yeah. I've been all over this one specific spot, but I didn't see no mountains. I didn't see any mountains anywhere. You want to know why? It's a conspiracy. Mountains aren't real. Mountains aren't real. And you claim you see a mountain? You're in. You're in with the conspiracy. They got to you. Mountains aren't real. Hashtag mountains aren't real. This is what's called an empirical approach, or an approach that relies on the information from your senses. Just because you personally didn't see it doesn't mean it's not real. Hashtag mountains aren't real. Alternatively, when using the Descartes method of Cartesian doubt to skeptically view the world around us, one quickly finds that the notion of a spherical world is the theory which has the burden of proof and not the flat earth theory. What? They have a picture of the United Nations flag. Closely resembles the flat earth map. It's called artistic license. It's not real. Just because you drew it doesn't make it real. Perhaps the best example of flat earth proof is the Bedford level experiment. In short, this is an experiment performed many times on a 6-mile stretch of water that proved the surface of the water to be flat. It did not conform to the curvature of the earth that round earth proponents teach. Okay, 2 problems with that. 1, I don't think that's enough space. 2, if you're standing on a sphere and you walk to another part of the sphere, you're still in the sphere. Nothing changed. You just went to a different part. You're just holding the rope. You're just holding the rope. You didn't do anything. You're just holding the rope. Many other experiments demonstrating the lack of curvature in the Earth may be found in the Earth Not a Globe by Samuel Robotham. I think you missed a word there, Sam. I think you missed a word in the name of that title. I think you missed a word. I think that word is. Earth Not a Globe. Hashtag mountains aren't real. The flat earth theory connected to a religion. No, apparently it's not, but I don't really care about religion, so whatever. People have been into space. How have they not discovered that the Earth is flat? The most commonly accepted explanation of this is that the space agencies of the world are involved in a conspiracy faking space travel and exploration. So it's the same conspiracy group. It's the same ones telling you the mountains are real. Hashtag mountains aren't real. Hashtag flat earth. This likely began during the Cold War space race. The Cold War didn't own the space race, whatever, in which the USSR and the USA were obsessed with beating each other into space to the point they each faked their accomplishments in an attempt to keep pace with the other's supposed achievements. I can go on about that for, you know what, this is my video, I will. Okay, so it was a point of research that started as an international prick-waving contest and then divulged into everyone wants to know more about space because space is pretty fucking cool. So we shared information. We shared information with the Soviets. They shared information with us. Everybody shared information with everybody when it comes to space because I don't know if you know this. You might not know this. Space, it's a little bit bigger than the Earth. Just a little bit. Just a little smidge. So no, it's not a global conspiracy. I'm sorry, it wouldn't be a global conspiracy at all because there ain't no globe, because there ain't no round Earth. Hashtag mountains aren't real. Hashtag Illuminati. Since the end of the Cold War, however, the conspiracy is most likely motivated by greed rather than political gains, and using only some of their funding to continue to fake the space travel saves more money to embezzle for themselves. Okay. Here's my problem with that. If you want, in this country, and just the United States, we're just going to use the U.S. as a little, this is our petri dish. You can put the U.S. in a little dish. There it is. Right there. You want this little country in a dish to make a shitload of money for certain people, right? You want those people to continue to have power and money, right? Right. That's your plan. That's our experiment. All right? So, get your fucking notebooks out, kids. Here we go. The United States spends far less on space exploration than it does on its military budget on annual. Mainly because space exploration, NASA, is a non-profit organization. And I don't know if you know this, non-profit means no profit. There is no money. You're putting money in to get results, but you are not putting money in to get money out. NASA is not a business. It does not make money. I don't know who told you that, but they are wrong. That is the reason why everything that NASA finds winds up in the public eye. Because when you are a public entity like that, you shed all privacy in the name of clear and concise information distribution in order to continue to get funding by taxpayer money. So, that ain't true. However, going back to our experiment, staying with me, if you want to make a shitload of money, and you want to continue to control power or people, whatever, what you would do, basically, is first, the reason we use the Petri dish is because that's where America would have to be. You'd have to take the entire country, put it right in the middle of a blackout zone. No communication with the outside world. Period. Except for, those who have power. But your people, your average citizens, Joe Blow down the street, no communication with the outside world. Everything has to be controlled specifically within that dish. Never leaves the dish. So, Joe watches TV, it's all information from within your dish. Joe goes on the internet, it's all information from within, say with me, the dish. No information from the outside. Step 1. Step 2, you declare, quote-unquote, war on a, quote-unquote, enemy. Could be anyone. Doesn't have to be real. You could say fucking Scotland tried to fight us. It doesn't matter. The other countries will never know about this. And even if they do, even if you say it's China for some reason, you're not actually going to war with China. So it doesn't matter. So even if China finds this out, China won't care because it's a lie. You're not actually going to war with anybody, but you need everyone within your little dish, right, to think you are. That way, they will continue to spend, to work, and to do whatever you ask of them, unquestionably, because they are convinced at any point in time, the enemy can come over the wall and kill us all. There is no enemy. There is no wall. There is no war. But you need them to think that in order to continue to stimulate what is called the war economy. We know the war economy works because we've seen it through major world wars. And I know some of you are probably thinking, hey, Moonhorse, this sounds really, really familiar. This whole thing you're describing sounds really familiar. Well, it should. It's the premise to George Orwell's 1984. I didn't make it up. It already exists. Now, can that happen? Can my hypothetical America and a petri dish take over enemy at the gates thing happen? No. Because the internet exists. Oh, but they can cut the internet off. They tried. It didn't work. They have tried on multiple occasions to tell us what sites and which places we can and cannot go in this country. And big fucking shock, they're still doing it. There are still people doing it. It doesn't fucking matter. In order to stop the internet, first you're gonna need a motherfucking time machine. So, let's go back to our conspiracy theorist FAQ here. In light of the above, please note that we are not suggesting that space agencies are aware that the Earth is flat and actively covering the fact up. No, it's the Illuminati who doesn't want you to know that the world is actually flat. Hashtag Illuminati, hashtag mountains ain't real. They depict the Earth as being round simply because it's what they expect it to be. Well, that's all it takes to be credited and for a million people to believe it. I just want to go on record. Okay? Are you listening? I just want to go on record. Moonhorse has the biggest dick in all the world. I'm not going to show you, and I don't need to get any kind of evidence, okay? Because that's a cover-up. I depict it as such, so therefore it's real. Hashtag mountains aren't real. There are many pictures on the internet and other media depicting the Earth as being round. Why do these not disprove the flat Earth theory? Good question. In general, we at the Flat Earth Society do not lend much credibility to photographic evidence. It's too easily manipulated and altered. Goddamn Photoshop! Many of the videos posted here to prove around Earth by showing curvature will show no curvature or even concave curvature at parts. No, they don't. You're fucking lying. The sources are so inaccurate that it's difficult to build an argument on them in either case. No, they're not. They're really not. Here we go. Furthermore, barrel distortion and other quirks of modern cameras will cause a picture to distort in ways which may not be immediately obvious or apparent, especially without references within the picture. Okay, so because a camera lens is round, everything it takes pictures of is going to be round. That's basically the argument. Because that's round, the pictures it's going to take are always going to be round. Hey, let's do an experiment right now. You guys want to do an experiment with me? Let's do this. Let's do this together. Okay. Take out your phone, right? You should get your phone. Get your phone. It's got a camera. Get your camera app on your phone. You ready? This is an experiment. Point it as in to take a picture of either a door or a window. Doesn't have to be open. Doesn't have to be uncovered. You don't have to be able to see through the door or the window. You just need a door or a window. Did you do it? All right, now go to your camera roll and pull up that picture. Did you notice how the door and the window aren't fucking round? Yeah, that's because that's not how pictures work. The lens on your camera is round. That don't mean everything it takes a picture of is round. Because of course it's not. We already know that. That's how fucking cameras work. Hashtag mountains ain't real. Photographs are also prone to distortion when taken through the bent glass of a pressurized cabin, as well as atmospheric conditions on the outside. Okay, I'm gonna stop this right here. One, there are no atmospheric conditions in space, so that can't be the problem. Oh, but if you take a picture from inside the spaceship, it looks round because the glass inside the spaceship. Okay, well, the ISS has cameras mounted on the outside of it that are not inside the ship. They're cameras designed to take pictures of the equipment and the Earth that you can literally look up on a fucking app if you want to. They make apps that give you 24/7 feed of what the International Space Station sees right now. You can just look that shit up. But wait, let me guess. Because the camera is round, everything it takes a picture of is round, right? Hashtag mountains ain't real. With this litany of problems, it's easy to see why photographic evidence is not to be trusted. With this litany of excuses, it's easy to see why the Flat Earth Society is not to be trusted. It's also worth noting that if a person were to look down at the Earth from high above, they would expect to see a circular shape where the sun spotlight was shining. The sun spotlight? The sun's not a spotlight! This explains why high-altitude photographs are generally curved to produce the illusion of a round horizon. Yeah, anybody who went up like really high and took a picture of the Earth couldn't handle the fact that they saw a big-ass sunspot light, so they just faked the picture and then immediately went insane because they just couldn't handle this because it's just too real. Oh, it's too real. It's too real, bro. I can't handle it. It's too real. What does the Earth look like? How is circumnavigation possible? As seen in the diagrams above, the Earth is in the form of a disk with the North Pole in the center, and Antarctica as a wall around the edge. No, it is not. This is the generally accepted model among members of the society. This model, circumnavigation is performed by moving in a great circle around the North Pole. Yeah, but what if you went the other way? What about, when people go the other way? When they're not going to different countries, what about when they just do that? What about when satellites do that? Oh, but satellites aren't real, though, right? Hashtag mountains ain't real. The Earth is surrounded on all sides by an ice wall that holds the oceans back. Back from what? This ice wall is what explorers have named Antarctica. Sure. Beyond the ice wall is a topic of great interest to the Flat Earth Society. To our knowledge, no one has been very far past the ice wall and returned to tell of this journey. Well, you don't believe in pictures, so even if somebody went there and took pictures, you wouldn't believe them. And thousands upon thousands of people believe in this. Believe that the world is flat. However, none of them could ever get the money together to hire a fucking boat and a dog sled team to go find out what's beyond that goddamn ice wall. What we do know is that it encircles the Earth and serves to hold in our oceans and helps protect us from whatever lies beyond. Why do I get the impression that if you go to the edge of this ice wall and you just stare out, it's like that episode of Futurama where they go to the end of the universe and look through the binoculars, and it's just like an alternate reality version of themselves looking back at it? Oh, okay. How do you explain day-night cycles and seasons? The day-night cycles are easily explained on a flat... I'm sorry. There's a GIF image of the day-night cycle, and it's just like the sun and the moon spinning around in a circle on this big circle map. It's cracking my shit up. Oh my god. The sun moves in circles around the North Pole. No, it does not. When it is over your head, it is day. When it is not, it is night. When you see sun, it now day. When you see moon, it not day. Oh my god. Okay. I'm okay. This shit's killing me. I mean, they have the whole thing about, like, the sun acts like a giant spotlight. So, let's do another little experiment. You want to do an experiment with light? Let's do one with light. Go in a room that's dark, or if it's night, go to your light switch. Keep your phone, you're going to need it. Before you turn the light off, pull up your flashlight app, right? Turn the light off. Turn the flashlight on. You can see the area in front of you, right? Keep it pointing at the floor. Look around the room. Notice how you can still kind of see shit all around you. Yeah, that's because light moves in waves and you can't contain it. It's not a fucking, it's not just a perfect circle. When you see light in a perfect circle, That's a video game, dude. Horror games do that in order to give you the impression of overbearing darkness. That is not, however, how real light works. That is not how real light works at all. The sun is not the flashlight from Silent Hill. Holy shit. This is killing me. Oh. The seasons. There are different tracks. Exactly what you think it is. That the sun travels along like big old rings in the sky when it is time for different seasons. You know, because when it's time for summer, I mean, God just reaches over and hits that rewind button, puts the sun back on that track for summer because he wants to listen to Rap God because that song's really fire. Did you get what I said there? Because it's really fucking not clever. Fucking tracks. Oh my God. The magnetic field is those 3 tracks. So not only is the Earth flat, there's a bunch of big magnetic rings up in the sky that you can't see. Neither one of us can see. As a passenger on an aircraft, how is it that I can see the curvature of the Earth? Quite simply, you can't. I'm on an airplane. I see the curvature of the Earth. No, you don't. That's a lie. Hashtag mountains aren't real. It is widely stated that you would need to be at a height of 40,000 feet to get even a hint of a curvature on the Earth if it were round. Commercial aircraft are not allowed to fly this high. No, see, but they can. It's not that they just aren't allowed to. Commercial and military aircraft can actually do that. And they do quite often. So yes, you can. I just love that fucking first sentence. I'm on a plane. I see the curvature of the Earth. How's that possible? No. The best scientific research is done simply with a no. Pfft, no, you didn't. Nuh-uh. In addition, the windows on a commercial aircraft are small and heavily curved. Even if they flew high enough for a person to see curvature, it would still not be visible to passengers. Okay, what you're describing, how you would only be able to see this curvature through this window. If you're looking out the window and you see that curvature, it's because the window is curved. What you are implying is that every window on a commercial airliner is a fisheye lens. And they most absolutely are not. And we know this because if you're ever on a plane and you're watching airport staff load baggages into the plane, they're not 9 feet tall looking like a bent-ass Slender Man. Because it's not a fucking fisheye lens, bro. It's a normal-ass window. It just happens to be circular. Just because it's round doesn't mean that everything that comes through it is going to be round. That's not how things work. Holy shit. How is weather created on the flat Earth? Weather patterns are actually created by the land itself. Go on. For example, rain shadow. Rain shadow is somewhere on the eastern side of a mountain range, because weather and clouds travel from the west generally. So all weather comes from the west, except that we already know that they're lying, and we know that they're lying because, as I've said Mountains aren't real. Hashtag mountains aren't real. They're not. That's the Illuminati and a government cover-up. Mountains aren't real. This is because the clouds are forced upwards by the mountains blocking their path and become cooler and condense, meaning water droplets form and it rains on the mountains, thereby not raining on the leeward side. So mountains only exist to push the clouds up. Because clouds are such dense, solid objects that when you hit one, it's like running into a wall. That's why planes never go above the cloud layer, except when they do all the time. Oh my God. If planets are round, why isn't the Earth? Planets are orbiting astronomical objects. Yeah. The Earth is not a planet by definition. It sits at the center of our solar system, above which the planets and sun revolve. The Earth is the center of the solar system. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh fuck, I'm dying. This shit is too good. The Earth's uniqueness, fundamental differences, and centrality make it in comparison to nearby celestial bodies insufficient, like comparing basketballs on the court to which they bounce. Except that's not fucking true, and we know it's not. Oh my God. So, alright. So they acknowledge that all other planets are round. We've sent probes to other planets, so I guess that's all a lie. There are no probes. You can't send stuff into space. Nothing's ever been into space. We are completely incapable of sending things into space. I mean, we built all that stuff that specifically does that, but no, that's a lie, kid. That's wrong. They don't go into space. Where do the rocket go? Where do it go? Where's space shuttle go? Where's satellite? How do space? There's so much shit in space already. How the fuck do you explain that? How? Where do they go? Like, you have all these satellite communication things. You use them all the time. How do they work if there are no satellites? What the actual fuck are you talking about? Why doesn't gravity pull the Earth into a spherical shape? The Earth isn't pulled into a sphere because the force known as gravity exists in a greatly diminished form compared to what is commonly taught. Go on. The Earth is constantly accelerating at a rate of 32 feet per second squared, or 9.8 meters per second squared. This constant acceleration causes what you think of as gravity. Imagine sitting in a car that never stops speeding up. You'll be forever pushed into your seat. The Earth works much in the same way. It's constantly accelerating upwards, pushed by a universal accelerator known as dark energy or etheric wind. Okay, no, because that acceleration, the feeling of being pushed back during accelerating, the momentum is caused by gravity. You feel that because of the gravity. The space shuttle orbits the planet at several thousand miles per hour. And when you're in orbit, you feel none of that because there is no gravity. So if there's no gravity in space, and you're saying we're being pushed upwards, which I don't know why that would matter, but okay. That's the only thing holding us down. First off, how come we don't feel any momentum? I don't feel like I'm moving. was that I'm just used to it. You know, I've been driving since I was like 18, and even when I'm driving, I still feel momentum. What the actual fuck? This is so insane. Oh my god. And dark matter. We're being pushed by dark matter. Okay, dark matter is a universal term used by physicists and astronomers to define things they simply cannot fucking define at the moment. Dark matter is a euphemism for the thing we don't have a name for. It's kind of like unobtainium. Because it can't be obtained. Do you get it? It's clever. Dark matter is not just a thing. It's not just like the mysterious force. No, it's just a thing we haven't been able to define yet. That's the reason why they're like, you know, the universe is less dark matter now than it was before. Yeah, because we're learning how it works. So, no. The ethereal wind. The etheric wind. Look. The only time ethereal wind has ever entered my fucking consciousness is because one time, I think while playing Endless Sky, I named a spaceship that. Fucking what? What? So are we just to believe that there's just air in space all the time? There's just air everywhere. We're just being pushed, and the planets and like the sun are being pushed to... they're not connected to us, but they're keeping up because they're nice, because they're cool bros, right? They just stay on because, you know, well, we couldn't just leave you. What the fuck? There are also other theories of the flat Earth, though, thought that maintain that the Earth sits on an infinite plane with the sun moving overhead. Gravity works much like it does in a round Earth model, and the Earth will never form into a sphere because the plane is endless. So why can't we just go to that ice wall and see what's out there? I mean, it's endless, right? You would just see, like, endless, just forever, right? Right? Fuck off. Objects cannot exceed the speed of light. Doesn't this mean that the Earth cannot accelerate forever? Due to special relativity, this is not the case. Oh, well, we're special. We can do that. We're special. At this point, many readers will question the validity of any answer which uses advanced, intimidating sounding physics terms to explain a position. However, it is true. One will find that in this equation, we can never... means true velocity can never reach the speed of light, regardless of how long one accelerates, for the rate of the acceleration. Oh! Okay. Okay. See, the nature of constant acceleration means that you are constantly accelerating. So, what you're saying is, we can't exceed the speed of light, we know that, but, but, nuh-uh. That's pretty much the whole argument. The whole argument is, well, nothing can exceed the speed of light except, you know, us, because. It's like you basically just pulled a bunch of shit out of your ass. You threw the actual equations out and then just made that one up and said that this is the right one because reasons. You didn't fucking explain shit. You just said, oh, well, it is because I said it is. This is the same thing as like a schoolyard argument about whether or not the NES or the Sega is a better system, and your only defense is, well, NES is better because you're wrong, stupid head. The fucking what the fuck? Oh my god. And people believe this shit. People legitimately believe this. They honestly think this is real. There are motherfuckers right now in this world who fully and completely believe that the earth is fucking flat because of bullshit like this. I'm fucking done. I can't. I can't. I fucking can't. What the fuck is this shit? Oh my god. Oh, and this is the end of the page, which is fine because I think my fucking voice is going out. Oh god. I can't. I can't. This shit is killing me, you guys. This is so fucking funny. I have no words. Well, I have several words, but I'm starting to run out of the ability to speak them. And holy shit. Like, I'm done. I'm just done. I am fucking done, y'all. God damn. Wow. Well, thanks for coming on this ride, kids. This is a long-ass video. Whew. I'm sorry it was so long. But let's just quickly go over what we learned. The earth is flat because, there's a conspiracy by somebody. We don't know who, but it's a conspiracy. And the world is flat. And mountains aren't real. Hashtag mountains aren't real. Make that a hashtag. No, seriously, do it. It's going to be really fucking funny. Hashtag mountains ain't real. Oh, God. Oh, fuck. Oh, this is what I do with my life. Okay, thanks for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed this, and God, I hope you did, because this was so fucking funny. Like and comment and subscribe. And I have a Patreon if you want to donate to support my ever ongoing, never ceasing truth-seeking experiments to prove that the mountains are lies created by the Illuminati. Hashtag mountains aren't real. Oh, fuck. Okay. Oh, I'm done. I'm done. I love you all. Good night. Holy shit.